One thing that we noticed as we started to like really take all of it together, what every young person had told us and what they had detailed to us, it became clear that there was a posture of sorts. One's ability to be able to see the sacred in doing the dishes, in feeding our brothers and sisters, whatever the thing is, right? And we termed that sacred sensibility, which for us, the capacity for a person to be able to see, appreciate, and respond to the sacred. Right. We are of the position that is a posture that can be developed. Right. Particularly as adults walk alongside young people in their spiritual walk and their religious walk, whatever their path is. But I think that, honestly, I mean, that's probably a capacity that we all have. How might we look at life through a lens where there is something full of awe, something that shows interconnectedness, something that sparks gratitude in us? How do we see those things in the most mundane of tasks? Or sitting in traffic, waiting at the DMV, like whatever the thing is. And I think that's one of the things that you mentioned, our two contributors. I think that's one of the things that what they put in there speaks to is how might you be able to spark a sacred sensibility in young people as you work with them, even if it's not in a spiritual or religious context. You don't necessarily, that this report proves you don't really need that, because they're already seeing these special set apart moments in all sorts of things. Right. So how might you be able to foster them seeing life through that lens? That's what sacred sensibility is about.
And I love that, and that's what Kursat, what I was talking about. Kursat
Absolutely.
Was talking about the rituals for sacred sensibility, and there are, what did he put? He put 4 things. So it was apply a human-centered approach.
Yes.
But it's the second one that really blew my mind. Design rituals with young people, not for young people. So youth group leaders out there, I know a lot of times you're creating for young people, but it's a different thing if you guys were to consider creating with young people what ritual looks like. That's going to turn out to be a whole different experience than if you're creating something for them as opposed to with them. I'm learning this as a parent. So if you're a parent out there of a young person between these ages of 13 and 20, what's the age? 25. Even the way that we are doing, like we're getting a pink Christmas tree this year.
That's exciting.
It is a little exciting, trying to create new rituals with Max that feel right for them, as opposed to saying, nope, this is what Christmas is,
And this is what it's going to be, regardless, right? It's not that one and done kind of thing.
Right. And I thought it would be stressful if I had to create with them, but they're not 2-year-olds. It's not like when they're 2 and, you're trying to do the dishes with them and you know that you're going to have to go back and do. No, when you're doing it with them at this age, where they're able to contribute, it takes a lot of the pressure off. It really does. And you don't have to worry if the vacation's going to be a flop or if the holiday's going to, if they are part of that, especially if you're creating Shabbat, if you're creating these things to be able to create with, is going to take off that pressure.